Hello, everybody. Let's start this week's teaching. For almost half a year, at least half a year, right? We give a lot of teaching on the Bardo Tado. Very, very famous Tantra and very well known by all the Westerners. That's because there is the book named Tibetan Book of that, by Rinpoche, Soka Rinpoche. Actually, this Tantra is main part of Guru Rinpoche's teaching. The name Bardo Tardo is just a short term to describe all the Tantra. The long name is everybody can be saved just by hearing this teaching, which is used for all beings who passed away, who give up this current body, who will walk into next stage. It's a long name. So Bardo means middle time, means you give up the old life, but you didn't get the new life. So during that period, we call Bardo. Tado means mantra, means our chanting, that mantra. But Tado, according to the word, the syllable word, but Tibetan actually is from Xiangxun. It's very old, ancient. It means save our heart. So mantra is save our heart. They connected the two words together. That means just by chanting the mantra, the divine words from Buddha, we can save ourselves. This is the surface meaning. This is the deep meaning. The surface meaning is just chanting this mantra, we can save all beings who pass away. So we give a lot of teaching about what is the Bardo and what kind of Tado we can chanting, how it can works, and how many Bardo it is. It is 6, right? We have 3 belong to the lay person, 3 belong to the dead part. We give a lot of teaching about that. This is our second time we give English one. Now, according to our schedule of Dharma teaching, today we walk into the new one, the Heart Sutra. It's the second time we give a Heart Sutra, yes. 3 years ago, we gave the first one because we already walk into the new year, 2020. The year of 2020, the year of how to call that? Race, right? Later one. Rat. Yes, the year of rat. It's that year is actually it's not so good compared with the pig, compared with this year. But anyway, good or bad, we have to face it. If there's a challenge, we have to get this challenge. If there's a blast, we have to take that blast. So we will start from the Heart Sutra. Actually, I do a lot of preparation for this Heart Sutra, during those months. It's very hard to give teaching. It's very hard to give a Dharma teaching, especially as a little Lama, a small Lama to give it. I'm not so high. I'm still young. I'm still learning a lot for myself. So I try to give some idea about those sutra, about these tantras. Actually, when I set up this center, my Lama asked me to give some teaching. He said, I have a skill to give teaching. I don't know why. But I tried to get it because this temple name is the 5 Vision Temple, means the temple for the Bodhisattva Manjushri. So 5 vision, including that vision for speech, including the art, the speech, the medicine, the the art, the medicine, the word speech, and the Buddhism, we call inner wisdom. There's another one. Science? No. Science is belongs to the speech. Yeah, they all know. This belongs to the words. You can say science or mudra. They all belongs to the mudra belongs to the Buddhism, the inner wisdom. The science belongs to the art, the speech, or logic. Sorry, forget logic. Yeah, logic. So it's five wisdom. So it's very important to give teaching. Yeah, when I sit down, there's a lot of Chinese guy coming. The peak hour should be almost 80 student in that small place. So it's side by side. Now it's several, but still we will keep that tradition. Why I changed? Yeah, at that time I give some of the Chinese teaching. Now I try to give the English one. I try to create more connection with, because we are Canadian now, so we should try to mute it down in these societies. Yeah, I think this is our responsibility to do this. Yeah, and I compare to communities. Westerner is more easy to be communicated. There's no such very heavy political or national differences behind the background. I mean, for those the other ethnic nationality, they all used to think about by their hometowns thinking method. Yeah, they try to label themselves or yourself. They try to differences. But Westerner is more easy to be communicate. And most of the Westerner have the background religions. Yeah, they believe in, their family believe in Roman Catholic, Christian, or Jewish, or Hindu, whatever it is. But they have some faith on the God, on the Buddha, on the Bodhisattvas, on angels, on something beyond us. So it's very good. It's very basic, very good basic to handle this Dharma teaching. Now I want to give another one for the Heart Sutra. Actually, Heart Sutra is like, it's like a diamond in a crown for the queen. Yeah. All the sutra, all the tantra, all the mantra, all the yantra is the dharmas. But Heart Sutra is the king point. Actually, is the, I forget the name, how to say that. It's like, they open the book, there's a first page to mention the category, like a structure. So it is Heart Sutra. For all dharmas. Of course, we can say for main part of the dharmas. Main part of dharma I have two. One is Paraparamita. One is Yogacchana. So one Paraparamita means the teaching from Bodhisattva Manjushri. Yogacchana is the teaching from Bodhisattva of Messiah. You all know Messiah, right? Messiah. You know Messiah? Okay, another one. Is that we call future Buddha. Yeah. But there's a little bit differences between two parts. The Manjushri's teaching focuses on the ether, the emptiness. Yeah. The teaching from Bodhisattva Mitra is focused on the matter. These words matter, these things. But for us, we focus on the Manjushri's teaching. So we always chanting the Paraparamita, the Gadi Gadi Bara Gadi Bara Sangadi Buddhisoha, that chanting. That chanting is a mantra for the Mother of Buddha, Paraparamita. Also, that mantra is the structure for this Heart Sutra. And at the same time, Heart Sutra it's a structure for all this Prabhupada teaching. Actually, we can say main part of Mahayana and all part, we can say all part of the Vajrayana is a Prabhupada structures. We focus on the emptiness. So, let's give it the teaching. Heart Sutra, you can say most of the part of the Buddhism word know this. Mainly chanting method is the Bali. So it's the southern part. Sri Lanka, kind of Cambodia, and Thailand, Myanmar, so that is Laos. It's called Bali tradition. It's King Ashwa put their prince to the Sri Lanka to keep that Bali tradition. Even India was occupied by Muslim, so there's no Buddhism. There's just the Muslim and Hindus. But the Sri Lanka keep that tradition of Bali. So it's the main part of Heart Sutra. Another one is translate from Bali to the Chinese or to the Tibetan. Two different types, yes. So mainly we chanting by the three languages, Balis or Chinese or Tibetans. Even Mongolian Lama chanting Heart Sutra by the Tibetans. But for the mantra, we still chanting by the Balis. So Gadi, Gadi, Balagadi, Barasingadi is kind of Bali languages. It's not Sanskrit. Somebody says Sanskrit, but actually main part of mantra is chanting by Buddha Shakyamuni himself is in the Bali languages. Because at that time, Buddha Shakyamuni set up this tradition, we can say tradition or philosophy of Buddhism. At that time, accompanied by another Jina, and mainly because the Jina and Buddhism we call shaman. It's like a counterpart word for the Poroman. So these kind of philosophies, they don't agree with the killing the animals. But Poroman, how to say, adopt some method of killing. It's not just a killing, it's like a sacrifice. But as our Buddhism or Jina, we didn't accept anymore the killing. So it's a big differences. Another one is a caste. Is that right? Called caste, right? Caste. Buddha Shakyamuni is the caste of the warrior. But he against all the caste. He adopt a theory like all beings equally. So it's the main part. Actually, we can say Buddhism have two foundation stones. One is non-killing. So why we always carry this mala? The mala means non-killing. We carry the mala. It's not just for the chanting purpose. We carry the mala. It's like a reminder for us, never killing. And another one is all beings equal. I said all beings, including all humans, including all animals, including all beings for this universe and beyond this universe. We call Maha 3,000 Maha worlds, big universe. That including the God in the heaven, that including Asura in the Asura world, that including the ghost, that including the human beings. So somebody said, one of my students used to call this answer to me. Master, can you answer me a question? Why somebody call you guys like why you worship for the stone? Because Buddha Shakyamuni said someday even the stone can be liberated. Yeah, it's mentioned in the sutra. Yes, in the Jusha Sutra. So somebody, I don't want to mention what the branch is, somebody asked that question to one of my students. Say, you guys, you Buddhism, just worship for the stone. But actually, they believe in the future, stone can be liberated. It's not fairy tale. I have told in the last battle title teaching, Dr. Einstein said there's no materials. It's just energy field. So same theory apply to humans. Same theory apply to the stone, to the rock. The rock is the energy field. Our human body is still same as the energy field. But maybe the vibration level is different. We are a little bit higher, not so higher, a little bit higher than the animals. But compared with the God realm, they're very low. The heaven, the God realm, they have a minimum, they have 50,000 years life expectancy. The Mahagod, for example, Mahagala, something like this, they have limitless life. Yeah, for the intro, such as the king, they have several million, several billion years. Yeah, if we practice, they change into the Bodhisattva, like Mahagala. They have limitless life. Compared with our humans' law. But it doesn't matter. We all have a Buddha nature inside. Just because the Buddha nature inside, so we have a chance to be liberated. No, it's not to be liberated. We can walk into the enlightened state by ourselves. Buddha Shakyamuni is a good example. He, as a human boy, as a prince of a small state, then develop, practice, then being a monk, then being a divine person, we call Muni, then get enlightened, being a Buddha. So every one of us can be liberated. But how? Why we say even stone can be liberated? Just because the theory exists. What theory it is? Theory is like the Heart Sutra mentioned. The emptiness is form. The form is emptiness. The emptiness is not a form. The form is not the emptiness. So that's why I mentioned the five wisdom, because the logic is so important. Why every newcomer for the Buddhism will feel confused by this word. What did it say? What are you talking about? This kind of special logic we practice to try to describe the state of Buddhahood. But the Buddhahood is so advanced, so beyond our level now, so we cannot describe directly by our only human languages. Whatever you speak Latin, you speak Sanskrit, those kind of divine languages, or you speak Chinese, Mongolian, Japanese, Korean, English, French, or Russian, whatever it is. You cannot describe that state. So Buddha Shakyamuni used that special logic to describe. What's that logic? Logic means we try to describe those central places. So we try to explain, we try to, push out the everything surrounding that central place. It is not this Dharma. It is not this shell. It is not the mat. It is not the light. It is not the light. It's not mala. It's not flowers. So what it is those central place. So same logic theory applied to to us when we practice. We must know it, this logic in Heart Sutra, so we can understand. But it's not very easy. So I try to borrow the concept of the modern physics. When you imagine this word, it's not just the word it looks like now. It's just those energy, vibration. So maybe you can get some idea what the Heart Sutra try to describe. If all the materials, all the man activity, all the consciousness, even the consciousness, is built, is created by the energy vibration. Just like this, the vibration. But the level is different one. For us, human, the vibration just like this. So we like a form of human. During this group of human, the energy is different, right? I'm a Tibetan, so I look like this way. You are English, so you look like that way. So we are a little bit different, but we are human. So main part is the same. We have the heights, forearm, two arms, legs, whatever it is, all in the same. And the color may be different one. The size may be different. Why? Because the energy vibration different. But if our field is so strong, the vibration is so strong, like very big, that size beyond our understanding. So maybe it is the existence of the God. So for us, because of the vibration is not so high, we cannot saw them. We cannot catch them up, but they still exist in this world. Because of that high energy vibration, so they can control something which we cannot. So we say, oh, this superpower. So we want to pray to them to back something. Yeah, and it works. It works. Same theory applied to the ghost. They are very low vibration and very negative. So their form also we cannot catch it up. But they always come on with this word. Come on with these animals. If our energy is very low, for example, we get sick. So at that time, we are very young, maybe like a baby, infant baby. So sometimes, maybe we can solve it. So that's why the ancient, also Siberian tradition, also Tibetans, Himalaya, also Mongolian, Chinese, they all believing for the infant baby, especially baby girl, we can saw the ghost at night. When we have the baby girl, infant girl, we always carry on the hat, the shirt hat like this. When we walk out, in the Tibet, especially in the rural area, if they have to go to some place, they have to go at night. So they go to the Gumba, the monastery, to borrow this pida from Lama. They use this pida to carry that baby, especially baby girl, then carry them. It's like blank this sort of eyes, so they cannot saw those kind of beings. Don't be scared. Why? Because at that time the energy is not so strong, or for the sick person. At that time it's not so strong, so maybe got influenced by this. They are all exist, but we cannot solve it. So that's the concept of the first word of Heart Sutra. Why we saw form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Form is not emptiness, emptiness is not a form. Just because this energy field level is different. If we can practice very well, we should walk into the God level first, then Bodhisattvas, then Buddha. It's not my word. is the Master Tsongkhapa's word, Dalai Lama's teaching, founding of the founder of Garuba. He said, if you try to label yourself, first you must be a Bodhisattva before you be a Buddha. But before Bodhisattva, you must be the level of God. What that means? That means we must change a bad habit, bad karma, accumulate enough very huge good karma, good accumulate. Then transfer our human body. It's those formless body. Actually, we can say rainbow body. Then we can liberate it ourselves into bodhisattvas, then into Buddha. Otherwise, no way. Somebody said no. You can say no, but actually you cannot practice. You must liberate it. You must improve the level. What kind of level? Actually, we can say is your energy vibration level to the God's level. That means we'll expand these chakras channels, expand it, change it into the light. Then we can get liberated. So that's why, according to this, the Bible is very good. Start with that word. Yes. The God said there's a light, so there's a light. The light is so important. The light. Before our existence, it is the light. So we must go first into that light stage. Then we can liberate it ourselves. Actually, Heart Sutra just to talk about those things. If we can get off those parts, the Buddha tried to pursue everybody to read the sutra, to practice. So he said a lot of benefit. Also, Diamond Sutta do this. If you practice, if you chanting, if you studying the Dharma, you can accumulate what good married, what blah, 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 blah. Right? Besides this, actually, we just see several topics. So what I want to talk is according to this structure. One by one, we give on those topics. Then we can get some idea what Heart Sutra speaks, what Heart Sutra try to say. If we can get these ideas, so we can know some kind of know about Buddhism. Why we call Buddhism? Why we should follow this? You can say religions, or you can say philosophies, or you can say kind of lifestyle. Yeah. First, I want to talk is what is the suffering? What is suffering? Yeah. The basic topic for the Buddhism is Four Noble Words, right? So the main part is the suffering. The first one is the suffering. Just because there is a lot of suffering, and this kind of suffering we cannot get off. So Buddha Shakyamuni, think about why. Why there's so many sufferings? Where it come from? How can we handle it? For a Buddhist, the main suffering, the surface is the sickness and death. If you are very, very lucky, okay, there's no sickness at all, but there's no choice, we have to die. Then besides, we can say everybody gets some illness. Yeah, maybe a little bit light, maybe more serious. But still, it's a sickness. Through the death, through the sickness, we feel the suffering. We truly feel the suffering. All besides, there's the old age we cannot avoid. Such pretty lady changed into old lady. Such pretty, charming little girl changed into a very old lady. Some handsome boy, handsome guy changed into old guys. So it's old age. We cannot avoid. Even you are king, you cannot avoid. Even you are billionaire, you cannot avoid. But how it come from? Just because they were born. If they didn't choose this incarnation as the boy or girl, so we can avoid this. As I said, boy or girl, I said baby. It's not just baby girl, baby boy, maybe baby pig, baby dog, baby cat, baby lion, baby tiger, whatever it is. Just because we get this choice, we were born, then we cannot avoid. The next step is the old age. The next step is the sickness. And the final step is the death. But we just done our teaching for the bottle. So we should get some idea of the death. Why we get this rebirth, right? Because the last bottle chapter is rebirth bottle. There's a measure. We cannot choose the bottle. They cannot choose the rebirth. For example, we can choose the Pure Land. If we are so good in practice, we can choose the method to be reborn in the Pure Land, not reborn in this samsara world. So we can avoid this kind of suffering. But we cannot. So we were reborn as a baby boy, baby girl. So we grow up, we get all these sufferings. We married, we should get this burden of family, we should buy a house, we buy a car, we should deposit for daughter and son's education in the university, we should blah, 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 lot of things. So all the suffering is coming from. So the root of suffering, now we can say, is the rebirth. Right? Because we get rebirth, so we get all of this. But we biologic, we tracking back, like a tracking, we push it back. How we choose the rebirth? Because we didn't know how to go to the Pure Land, so you have to go to rebirth. So answer coming out, just because this we call, how to call that? Ignorance. Because of the ignorance, we didn't know the world situation clearly. We tried to escape the karma hunting. A lot of the dogs try to hunt us. Why? It's the bad karma behind us. Because of the bad karma, we try to escape. Then we jump into the cave, we get rebirth. We didn't know if we clear the bad karma, if we accumulate good karma, if we can chanting properly, if we can chanting call the help for the Buddha, for the divine beings, for the angels, then we can get liberated, even just temporarily in the Pure Land. But we didn't know it. So that didn't knowing is we call ignorance. So we should know all the roots of suffering is the ignorance. Because of the ignorance, we have no other choice. We have to be reborn as a baby girl, baby boy, baby dog, baby cat. Just because of the rebirth. Then we have no other choice to grow up. We have no other choice to be labeled as what? Business guy, the artist, the father, the mother, husband and wife, son and daughter. then you grow up, then we get old. When they get sick, we go to the hospital, then we pass. You get another one, another circle, another circle. We cannot stop it. The view of karma coming, we cannot stop it. There's no break. Why? Because of the ignorance. So it's the first idea of all Buddhism. Actually, it's the first idea of Heart Sutra and all sutras, all tantras, all mantras. All the suffering, the background of suffering is the ignorance. So what's the counterpart of ignorance? What's the other side of ignorance? Is the vision. Is a vision. So we should know it. But vision is not just the knowledge. You are a PhD. My sister tried to have a dream to be a PhD because the family, all the family of our family have a PhD. My cousin, a lot of PhD. So she tried to be a PhD. But I don't think PhD is PhD is good. But PhD, whatever the science you choose, is not the best way to liberate yourself. Maybe it's the best way for good living, but it's not the best way to liberate yourself. Somebody said, oh, sure, you should choose the Gershi. Gershi is a PhD for the Buddhism in Tibet. I said, no, even Gershi is not enough. Gershi poisoned the Milarepa. Milarepa said, his Venerable Milarepa said, all the knowledge in your brain, will be the obstacles when you get liberated. Because it's kind of, there's two obstacles. One is self-ego obstacles. One is that knowledge obstacles. The first self-ego obstacles, we should learn a lot to know this word. Then we'll know, oh, we are not so proud for ourselves. We are not, it cannot just be a, what they call, idiot to be visualized. I'm a prince, a princess, what I'm so good. But actually it's not. When you open your door, you go to social activity, you think, oh, I'm just a person, just a common guy. Another obstacles is we call knowledge obstacles. I'm a professor, I'm a PhD, I'm expert on this field. Whatever the field it is, maybe the science, maybe the Buddhism. But even you are Buddhism of U of T, no, even you are Buddhism professor in U of T, you cannot make sure yourself can be liberated by all this knowledge. Why? Because the knowledge, just the kind of accumulation of this, how to say, science, this kind of things, this kind of those things, theory. But you should practice it. You cannot just receive all this knowledge. You must use this knowledge. You must practice this knowledge to give your own enough time to transfer your human ordinary mind, your human ordinary meat and blood body into divine mind, divine body. Otherwise, knowledge is worthless. I didn't say knowledge is worthless. I said if you didn't practice the knowledge, you cannot get liberated. Knowledge is still valuable for our social life, for our ordinary life. It's very valuable. So I think education is very good. Whatever the education it is, it's all valuable. But if you try to liberate yourself, knowledge is not enough. Only knowledge is not enough. So that's why we always repeat it. There are several steps you try to liberate yourself. First, saying it. Go to different monasteries, different temples, different branches, different tradition. Try to feel it. Then get some initials, get some empowerment. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Choose one or choose several of them to be your main method to improve yourself. And then go back, choose a place, choose a temple, or choose your living room, whatever it is, choose a space. Settle down, practice. Transfer yourself into divine level. Then you can get liberated. It's far, far not enough. You just go and just hear. You must practice. Even you just chanting Om Mani Padme Hum, it's better than just being a knowledgeable professor on Buddhism. Yeah, this phenomenon occurred several times in the Tibetan society. Even now, some how to say, herdsmen, some old guys in the grasslands, they know nothing. They didn't know any words. He didn't know any words. He's not a Lama. He's just a lay person. He didn't know any words. He just got some words. Some Lama teach him. He got recited. Yeah, and this guy just go back to his place. He just set up beside among small mountain. There's a lot of rocks. So he's just cutting the rocks Om Mani Padme Hum to show it to those passengers. Get some living. Until he got 87, he passed. His son is very high level Rinpoche, high rank Lama. His son asked, he called Pala, his father. So you should chanting some mantra. You should do whatever to clean your karma. Then you can go to Pure Land, Amitabha. His father said, no, I think already got enough. His son said, no, you are not so knowledgeable. Why you say you get enough? He said, each day I chanting the Om Mani Padme Hum. When I do this coming, at night I still chanting. Even in my dream I chanting this. His son said, no, Om Mani Padme Hum just beginning. It's not far enough. He said, no, I think that's enough. I'm not a knowledgeable scholar. I'm not a bandit. I'm just a common old guy. I know nothing about it. I just know Om Mani Padme Hum. I just know Guanyin this Avalokiteshvara. I just know, yeah, we can see her. And I have faith on her. He will save me when I walk into the battle. Then he passed. But he lived with some order to his family. Don't move the body, don't move the remains within the 49 days. So he passed. So his son, because his son is Rinpoche, the head of monastery, invite a lot of Lama to chanting. But he didn't open the small cottage. At the second 7 days, very good smelling coming out of the cottage. So his son he just think about what's that. So he go to another very big, it's Zongsa, you know Zongsa Gombo. Invite Gongsa Rinpoche to come. Zongsa Rinpoche come, but didn't open it. It's got a more, like those more. He said, oh, your father already got liberated. His son got so astonished. No, he just know Om Mani Padme Hum. He know nothing about the Buddhism. He said, it's far enough. It's enough. He got liberated. And Zongsa Rinpoche said, you can open it at 30 days. When they open the door, there's no remains. Just the clothes. Just the here and new. Yeah, on a chair. Very old chair. It's not a chair, like a bed. Yeah. It's a chair, but yeah, we Tibetan use the chair as a bed. Yeah, daytime, nighttime, always lie down on this. So there's no remains. So in all that old, at that time we call Lama. It's the Lama Chula. Oh, it's a very good Dharma practitioner. He got rainbow body. Oh, everybody come, take photo, take blah, 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 blah. Yeah, everybody know it. That things happen. And that year, I done my retreat. I escaped from Tibet to Canada at that time, 2015. Yeah. Very old guy. Know nothing about it. Just get the face and practice. Just go to the Kumpa several times and heard, because at that time still very young. Not very young, maybe. Yeah, not very young. 60 or what. Just practice. Because teenagers, we already chanting one Miho. But after that, chanting a lot. And get some secret teaching. I don't know. Just get the face. Then do blah, blah, blah practice. Then get rainbow body. Yeah. So what I want to say is the practice. The vision is a conqueror for the ignorance. But how can we get the vision? Vision is not knowledge. Vision just comes through the practice. Just come from the practice. We always practice. Then we music down the note in the chakras and channels. So the Buddha nature get vibration by himself. The Buddha nature. Like a diamond in your package. When you open the package, then the diamond get vibration. If there's a sunshine. Right? What's the sunshine? Sunshine is a practice. If you didn't practice, there's always the package around the diamond. So it's the practice. It's the first teaching for the suffering. And actually, how can they work the ignorance? How can they just conquer the ignorance? The vision, how can they conquer the ignorance? What is the main part of ignorance? We must know it. The main part of ignorance is they believing I is the truly existence in this world. They call self-ego. You believing the self-ego is truly existence. You said, I, Zhang Yang, is truly existent. I sit on this, I give teaching, I have a small place chanting, but actually no. I just a shadow from the divine person, divine beings. The karma gets matured, so I go back. I set it down, I found this place, I said this. You guys got this karma muted down, mature enough, so we met each other. So we have a chance to communicate. We have a chance to talk about those Dharma method, and we have time, we have opportunity to get this practice. Just because this karma connection. If without this karma, without this connection, maybe we just pass by on the young street. You didn't look, oh, say that strange guy, got a strange clothes, or is blah 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 blah, like idiot is just passed by. Yeah. Because each week I go twice, a lot of guys look at me like this. Oh, that strange guy. But so what? We have karma connection, so the karma connection mature enough, so we met each other in this temple. For example, some guy we passed, another Stephen, another Kevin, we passed, he just look at me, oh, that maybe is a Lama. So that's it, just the idea, then pass by. We didn't match each other for whole life. But just at that time, you look at me, think about maybe I'm a Lama. At that time, I'm chanting. I just chanting one baby, oh my God. So you heard it. Maybe you didn't receive it, but you heard it. This kind of hearing, this kind of sound, go into your heart through the consciousness, into the subconsciousness, into your alaya, monad consciousness, finally rooted at the alaya consciousness. Then putting the seal of alaya. We didn't met in whole life. We all get inclination. Someday, this seat of chanting and meet each other at that time get matured. So it's grow up. You suddenly say, oh yeah, maybe I should find some place to take a look. What's that? Tibetan Buddhism, right? You check it on Google. So you find, oh, there's some place, big or small, whatever, famous or not famous. So maybe in our neighbor, maybe far away. So you drive, you walk to there. So say, oh, there's a same situation happened now. Same situation happened like now. You walk, you open the door, there's a mandala, a lot of gay light. You say, wow, it's good. I feel good. So, oh, there's a lama. You talk. You say, oh, that lama is not a bad guy. So you talk. You can contact further. Then situation happen like this, like today. Maybe next life, maybe next life. You have found it out at that time you changed. If there's the truly existence of I, so what I said cannot be happened. Why? Because if there is something truly happened there, here, that means these things will always located here forever. But these things cannot be happened. For example, this plaza is already have 20 years. Maybe we can go another 20 years, or even 40 years, or even 80 years for 100. But now City of Scarborough want to crush it down to set up the mall, like Yorkdale. So crack down all this. So there's no place. It changed. If the things, the true existence, they were always located on this place. But nothing can happen like that. If somebody gets some idea, some billionaire gets this idea, so or some tourist, no, how to call this? The angry guy got explosion, so everything gone. Terrorism, yes, yeah. Things just happen like that. Just because we have the wrong idea that I is truly existing in this world. This idea is the basic for all the ignorance. So we try to get a lot of things. We think those things can belong to us. Your husband and wife belong to me. No, your husband and wife. Your husband and wife belong to yourself. Your money belongs to yourself. Your house, your luxury car, all belong to yourself. But actually, when you pass away, everything just gone. Right? The situation, he give a lot of talk on the Bado Tado. When the Bado Tado Tantra, the first word is venerable son and daughter of Dharma. Now you will realize you have to walk on the road alone. It's the first word. Yeah, it's like a chanting. But each graph will start at next word. It's time to hear from me. You get blah, 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 blah. But first time is venerable Dharma son, daughter. You have to go on the road alone. No one, ordinary one, can accompany. by yourself. And you cannot take anything with you for the ordinary stuff. But if you can chanting, so you can get that chanting power. If you always offer incense, offer to Buddha, you can get this accumulation, karma, a good karma with you, or bad karma with you. But ordinary stuff you cannot bring. Ordinary person you cannot bring. That's the truth. That's because the things happen like this way. So we will know there's no self-ego. And what they try to do in this whole life actually is not so valuable for us. Because your car, your house, your husband and wife you cannot hold forever. Yeah. That's a pity for all humans, for all beings. The biggest pity is that, the death. We have to go. But we cannot know when, where, and how we go. Yeah. That's the largest pity. Always think about that things. So we can handle this life easily. We don't need to take everything so seriously. Just let it go. Because now I cannot own this. You will find it out. Okay, even I own this. It's just a temporary own this. You have to devote. You have to give up these things. Yeah. So for Buddhism, we didn't try to pursue everybody. Oh, you should give up everything. Give up your marriage, give up daughter, son, give up your property, give up your money. No, you don't need to give up everything. But you should get very clear idea. You just own it temporarily. When the time comes, just let it go. Because if you don't let it go, it will go. Even you hold it, no, don't go, and it will go. Yeah, it's our, how to say, it's a fate for all humans, for all beings, for all beings. Yeah. So think about this. Think about this suffering. Think about those ignorance. We will take everything easily. If karma mature, you own this, so enjoy this. If you are billionaire, that because perverse or perverse life, you do a lot of good things. So now the good karma accumulate, mature enough, so you get those lot of money from your parents, from grandparents, or from the lottery. Yeah, so you got it. So enjoy it. If you don't get this, take it easy. Yeah. Even a billionaire, you cannot just own it. You can say, "Oh no, I can transfer to my son and daughter," but still, you give up. Yeah. If your daughter and son have a good marriage, they can get this from you. Otherwise, maybe they go to gambling, then everything gone. Yeah. I found a lot of in China. Very huge, those sons from those leaders. Yeah, you know the Chinese, they get a lot of money from their leaders. Yeah, they give their son, daughter. They go there, come here. They go to buy a lot of things. Suddenly, the parents catch up by those another leaders, so everything's gone. They get crazy. Yeah, immediately. They sue luxury car, luxury house, very cheap. No one got it. They got crazy. Those things happen a lot. Yeah. Kind of this phenomenon, when we saw it, how to call? Think about that. Analysis. Think about that. Check it out. There is something behind. The things behind is the karma. So everything in this samsara world was charged by the law of karma. unless we already walking to the bodhisattva's level. So the law of karma cannot practice on us. Otherwise, everything happens in front of us, just the result of karma. There's no the things truly existent there or here, always here. No. Even the Lake Amtaro, not always here. Yeah. Maybe 1,000 years, not us. Maybe there's the Indian indigos occupy all of this. Right? There's a lot of buffalo hanging on. But now there's no one. There's no buffalo. Just a lot of cars. Yes. This is the word. Mm-hmm. So that's the first chapter about the Heart Sutra. We give some idea about suffering and ignorance and vision and how it works. Yeah. Next week we'll give more details about the Heart Sutra. Okay. That's all for this week.
Thank you.